Hello. I just went and saw Backrooms. And I will state, I know basically nothing about the Backrooms. I know that, there's some. I don't know. I don't think it's Tumblr posts, but I know that, it started out as, kind of a creepy pasta, and then there were a couple games about the Backrooms, and then probably, stories and things like that. But I know basically nothing about it. I never got into creepy pastas as a kid. That was not really my thing. And I really liked this movie. I went into it with essentially no expectations. I was like, this movie looks really cool. It looks pretty creepy. I want to see it. And this movie is so unsettling in such a good way. Just it's unsettling and it's gross and it's creepy in so many different ways that I love, that I feel like I haven't felt this unsettled by a movie in a really long time. And it's so well made too. I really liked it. I just, oh my gosh, it spiked my anxiety like crazy, and I was already having a very anxious day, so that probably contributed to half of that. But it was so good. The set is amazing. The set dressing is fantastic. The way that the rooms themselves are set up, and then sort of how maze they are, but also how different rooms have different things. I sort of interpreted all the rooms with furniture to Clark, because he feels like he's always surrounded and trapped by this furniture store that's not doing very well. I interpreted the piles of clothes to Bobby. And I mean, those are the two comparisons for the most part, but it's just I just, oh man, this movie was so good. There's not a lot to it, but I think that's the point. I will state that I think that the plot has something to be desired, but I think that it works with that concept where it's just you're following Clark and Mary throughout sort of their lives and their issues, and that sort of Clark comes to terms with his own, and it gets him killed, and then Mary sort of I don't know, I guess I don't know, the ending is sort of up to interpretation, but I think Mary sort of accepts her own childhood trauma in a way, and I think there's it's a lot is left for interpretation, which I kind of like about that. There's it's not trying to shove things down your throat. There's only one bit that it did that, and I didn't like it, but other than that, this movie was really good, which was just when Mary comes to look for Clark in his store, and she finds the whiteboard with his drawings of the back rooms, and then it does a flashback to when he was showing his drawing of the back rooms to her, and I'm like, I don't think we need a repeat of the scene. You can kind of infer that that's what she's thinking about. But other than that, everything is very much left up to interpretation about how, things have gone. It's clearly Clark feels less alone, or more that he belongs in the back rooms. There's the possible interpretation that Mary's mother may have stumbled upon the back rooms, and that's why she went a little crazy. There's, I guess, the interpretation that they all live above the back rooms. It's, I don't know, I think the mystery of the back rooms is what made this movie so intriguing, but it's a really well done movie. It's really, really well paced. It's really well shot. Oh my god, the cinematography for this movie is amazing. It's so good. It's a nice combination of VHS, found footage, and non-found footage. I guess there's probably a word for it, but I just don't know it at the right now. But the fact that it opens up with the sort of VHS SCP sort of Backrooms-esque video, and then it transitions into more of regular storytelling with just a camera that's not involved in the actual story itself. But then once Bobby brings out the camera to film the backrooms, it's all found footage until essentially Clark goes missing, when he gets attacked by himself. When he gets attacked by himself, then it cuts back to Mary, and we've got the camera no longer being a part of the story, and I really liked that. It felt right. Like it felt right. It gives us a good story, but also with the added like found footage bit, it creates a really creepy concept at the same time of it's just like, but I wouldn't say that it's janky camera. Like some of it's janky, but like it works really well. It's very smooth. It like works with the story, but you sort of like, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm looking for things that aren't there, but it's like searching for the little tiny details everywhere is really, really fun. Like, I liked that, and you can do it both with, like, the VHS. It's just harder to see with the VHS, which is why I liked it so much, and then, like, into sort of the more HD camera being used for, like, not within the narrative storytelling, and how, like, it's also fun with that, but it's just, oh my god. Ah, my brain. Whew. But yeah, like it was just, the cinematography was amazing. And also with that, like it helped as well with the score as well. The score is really, really good. And I noticed that when it gets to found footage, the score goes away. It's all diegetic sound. There's no non-diegetic sound whatsoever. And I really, really liked that because it's like you are watching this as a tape. You're sort of, you're Phil. I mean, I guess he probably didn't have that actual VHS tape that Bobby had, but it's like you're Phil watching this video on a TV and not like an audience sort of watching the narrative story that we're saying. And I really liked that, where it's just like, you put in this found footage section, and that's when the score stops and we get only diegetic sound. And I really, really enjoyed that. I thought that it was really nice and stuff like that. I just, it tickled my brain in a good way. It did that. And then it does a really good way of sort of like combining uncomfortable grossness with like the uncomfortability of nothing. I don't know how to describe it, because it's just like, I think there's something inherently wrong, and I think that's how the backrooms work, but there's something inherently wrong with just this like maze of rooms where you can go into each one. You find little differences here and there, but it's like a door that's not quite big, or like a door where there's 3 handles but only one of them works, or like hidden walls, or sort of like rooms that get smaller like the farther you go down, like changing perspective and stuff like that. And I like that can make you uncomfortable in a certain way, where it's just like slight changing of like the architecture of the back rooms is an uncomfortable setting. And then just the sheer scene that was when Clark tied Mary up and like essentially like pulls out the stomach of that one guy and like cuts off the scalp of the woman and puts it on Mary so they can do like a new rendition of like setting the stage of the night that his wife kicked him out of the house and stuff like that. And how like I was inherently uncomfortable in that theater watching that scene, because it's just like, that is just like, it's just unsettling. Like it's 2 different types of unsettling, and they work really well together. And sort of like Mary snapping and being like, you can't keep blaming everything else, like everything else in the world, for what you have done wrong and like what's wrong with you. And I think that it works really well with that scene. And then of course like shit hits the fan and he dies, because I don't know, I guess that's because he decided to let Mary go, but I'm not entirely sure. Like that's what it seemed like to me, is that like his decision to let Mary go and not kill her is what got Clark killed. And then of course the like pirate version of Clark tries to kill Mary, which doesn't succeed because she ends up, I guess, getting saved, kind of. So, but yeah, I just, oh my god, this like it's so unsettling and so good. And it's just like the cinematography was good, and the like set design was good, the use of props was really good, like the Music was fantastic. Like, oh my gosh. It was such a good movie. Like, I went into this was basically like no expectations. I knew that it was doing really well because at the theater that I went to, it was supposed to be playing in a much smaller theater, and then they like switched it to a bigger sized theater inside of the building and added like six more times throughout the day that you could see this movie. So I was like, oh shit, this movie got real popular all of a sudden. And there were like a decent amount of people in this theater too. But it's just like, oh man. It just I don't even know how to describe it. It's like as they describe in the film, it's like describing a dog to someone who's never seen a dog and then asking them to draw it. Which is I think is such a good I don't know, a good analogy for a lot of things, but I think it also just describes this movie. Like, I think you just kind of have to watch it to understand that it's like it gets under your skin in so many different ways, and it's just like it works with like minimal setting and minimal acting, and I just oof, I loved it. I like honestly didn't know if I was gonna like it or if I was gonna hate it, but I just it was good. So I think those might be all my thoughts. I'm sure I'll come up with a bunch more, but I just it was just so good. It was so well made. I think that's where it comes from. It's just that like it's a really well made movie, and I like thank it for like genuinely making me uncomfortable. I think it's been a really long time since I've seen a horror movie that has made me like uncomfortable and anxious. I think like Iron Lung kind of has that going for it with like the whole claustrophobia thing, and like there are definitely some claustrophobic bits in the back rooms, just not to the extent of getting trapped in like a fucking like crawl space with a sea of blood also trying to drown you at the same time. But like it definitely sort of has that, and like a lot of the times it's trying to crawl through small holes while something is chasing you. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I just, oh man, this movie was so good. But yeah, I think those are all my thoughts for it's either Backrooms or The Backrooms. I think it's Backrooms, just straight Backrooms. But yeah, those are all my thoughts for Backrooms. Like, so thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of it, and well, what I'm doing this again. Let me know if you've seen it. And if you have, what you thought of it. Man, I'm so tired. Like, subscribe. Bye bye.